What is up? I'm Brennan Dessler, and on today's episode of Future Watch, we're going to be talking about one of the most elusive and dynamic forwards in the 2022 NHL Draft, Matthew Savoie. Let's get into it. Now, if you're seeing the last name Savoie and thinking it might be a little familiar, you might be familiar with his older brother Carter, who was drafted by Edmonton a couple of years ago, 100th overall. Carter had a really good season this year playing for the University of Denver, and this article written by Scott Wheeler for The Athletic details how Matt Savoie grew up playing with Carter, always competing with them and always holding his own with the older players, which definitely connects why he was so elite for his age group and was considered to potentially be an exceptional status player for the WHL when no other player has ever been granted exceptional status for the WHL. Taking a look at Matthew Savoie's elite prospect page, it's probably a surprise to no one that he's on the shorter side at 5'9". However, he is 179 pounds, so he's got a pretty good frame on that body. A bit of an older player in the draft, born January 1st. Looking at his point totals for this year, he had a whopping 90 points in 65 WHL games and 10 points in 8 games played in the playoffs. Now, to note about Matthew Savoie, he was considered for exceptional status for the WHL, was initially denied exceptional status, but did end up playing 22 games after the fact that he was denied. All right, so another fun one that I like to do is to look at the point per game amongst draft eligible players within the league that the prospect played in. So obviously, Matthew Savoie plays in the WHL. So I'm looking at the draft eligible players' point per games. I set it at 20 games minimum. And the years that we're looking at is 2020 or 2002 until 2022. So the last 20 years. So going through, Matthew Savoie ranks 12th overall at 1.38 points per game. Really, really impressive. He's ranking above guys like Cody Glass, Matthew Barzal, Braden Shen, Braden Point as well. And then he's right up there with the Joffrey Luples, the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, not far off from Leon Draisaitl and Seth Jarvis. So really impressive numbers from a point per games perspective for Matthew Savoie, especially considering he's coming back from a year off with COVID. And while he did play, it was a weird year for sure. All right, so turning our attention to Matthew Savoie's InStat page, always excited to take a look at the heat map. So in terms of the offensive zone, it seems like he is everywhere. You can basically see how he goes in from transition and is dominant in every single area of the ice on that right-hand side. We're looking at shots per game, and he's averaging 5.5, so pretty strong. 60% of those are shots on goal. All right, so the next piece of this puzzle is seeing where in the offensive zone Matthew Savoie shoots the puck and how efficient he is at getting high-quality scoring chances when he shoots the puck. So the first thing that pops out to me, at least, is that he likes to shoot on the right-hand side of the ice. So he's shooting on the right-hand side of the ice almost twice as much as he is on the left-hand side, and he's shooting with more than a 10% effectiveness at getting a high scoring chance off. The next thing that pops out is his efficiency to score goals right in front of the net. 84% of the time when he's shooting right in front of the net, it is a high scoring chance. You can see all the goals scored in those zones, and you can see all the quality shots that Matthew Savoie had in various different zones. One thing I will say is it does seem like Matthew Savoie is capable of generating high quality scoring chances from various areas on the ice. Watching Matthew Savoie's play, it quickly became apparent that offensive awareness is one of the biggest assets he has. Here are some examples why. In this play, Savoie does an excellent job identifying where there's a gap in defending. He goes there quick, heads straight to the net, and scores a beautiful goal.
Wide open,
I really like Savoie's awareness to jump on a puck here when most players would probably consider this play dead. It really rewards him with a goal.
Welke as he could not cover up that puck. Second of the game for Savoie.
Here's another example of Savoie finding open space in the offensive zone. To be an elite scorer in the NHL, this is something that you need to be able to do. Savoie is a great skater who's incredibly fast. What I find the most impressive, though, is how he uses his speed to get to high-danger scoring areas while beating defenders there. He's really great at identifying gaps in coverage while in transition and getting to those areas of the ice to take advantage of play. I don't know if I've seen a prospect who follows the rule of go straight to the net and good things will happen quite like Matthew Savoie, which I actually find hilarious considering he's 5'9". This play is phenomenal. Savoie acts as the trailer, cycles back to get open, creates a lane to the net with a quick move, and then finds the open point man when he identifies he no longer has a lane to the net. Have you heard the saying that pucks tend to just follow good hockey players before? It's hard not to think of it when you watch Matthew Savoie's game. Again, here's just another example of his elite positioning. This guy knows how to get open, and he gets rewarded with a lot of points. So I've already touched on it a bit, but the next part of Matthew Savoie's game I want to highlight is his skating. There's a belief by many that if you're going to be an effective NHL player by being below average in height, you have to be an effective skater. Matthew Savoie is more than effective. There's a lot to like about Matthew Savoie's skating. He's extremely agile, his top line speed is incredible, and his first few steps are amazing. He's able to separate himself from defenders really quickly.
Roughing minor right now to Logan Hammett. Matthew Savoie screaming up the left wing, cuts to center, made a move at the blue line. Here's Savoie, he's in! Save is made by Kruger. What a dynamic play.
Woo! Let's watch this one again. Look at Matthew Savoie's crossovers and edge work. He has the puck on the string, and he's able to identify lanes with his amazing hockey sense as he goes end to end. What's amazing about Savoie is that he's able to process the game so quickly in his mind, but he's able to keep up with it using his feet. He blows by defenders as they're not able to keep up with him in either aspect.
Games 3 and 4 on the calendar. Tuesday, Wednesday. Here comes Milne on the attack, down in front, and Unger made the save on a cross-ice pass, and then Geekie gets involved. Flurry here by Winnipeg. Shots are now 4-0 ice on the McDonald's shot clock. Geekie trying to go in front, a chance for Savoie, and Langkow makes the glove save on Savoie.
Savoie drives and controls pace with his skating. He's able to slow down play and protect the puck while being able to process the game, find open lanes, and make the right play. So the next part of Matthew Savoie's game that I think makes him so dangerous in the offensive zone is his elite stick handling ability.
Jordan loses it. Matt Savoie's got a breakaway. Stole the puck. It's rolling on him. Savoie to the net. He scores.
When it comes to stick handling, there's some players who try to do too much when they should keep it simple, and there's some players who just don't have the hands to keep up with their mind. I don't think Matthew Savoie falls into either of these categories. One thing I really like about Matthew Savoie's stick handling is the way that he utilizes it for puck protection. I really like the way that Savoie controls the puck in tight and is able to get it over to his forehand to always have an optimal scoring chance. I love the way that Savoie uses his hands to get through a defender here in the transition zone. He's able to see open lanes and use his stick handling ability to get there and make an amazing play. All right, this play was so nice, I had to show you it twice. Savoie had exceptional speed here, controlled a rolling puck, identified that he had time and space to slow down, made an amazing play to score a beautiful goal. One thing I really like about Matthew Savoie's stick handling ability is the way that he uses it to control and protect the puck, like this example here. All in all, it's very rare to find a player who is able to combine elite hockey offensive IQ with elite skating and elite puck handling. When a prospect does have that combination, they have the potential to turn into a truly dynamic player at the NHL level.
Plays it back ahead and busting it now is Matthew Savoie. Savoie, a rush, shoots, kind of makes the stop. Benson takes the puck. He's got Savoie, dingle, dangle, scores!
With great hands and great vision comes the potential for a great playmaker. I think Matthew Savoie is just that, among various other things. This is a great heads-up, highly skilled play. The ability to get this pass over off the backhand is truly impressive. I love how quickly Matthew Savoie can process the game, but I also love the fact that he's able to make elite passes to keep up with his mind.
He'll go to the right circle, Savoie, backdoor feed, scores! McLennan one times at home off a slick feed from Savoie.
Week in April, by the way, for those wondering.
I knew it was April.
Here's Savoie, chance, he scores! The hat-trick goal for...
The hat-trick goal! I love this play. Look at those hands. Look at that pass. Again, the vision, the execution on the backhand. All right, so I'm a bit conflicted when it comes to Matthew Savoie's shot. Let's get into the good before we get into the areas of improvement. So first things first, Matthew Savoie has an excellent shot. He generates good power, and he's able to get his shot off extremely quickly.
Give him a save or two, but...
Number 10, Evan Friesen. Assist to number 11, Skylar Bruce.
At times, Savoie has pinpoint accuracy. It's actually impressive how he's able to shoot through traffic and pick spots like this goal here. I love Matthew Savoie's ability to get open into high danger scoring areas. But I also love Matthew Savoie's shot and his ability to pick areas where he's going to score goals. Savoie's shot is very dangerous in transition. The fact that he's able to get it off as hard and as quickly as he can while he's moving is very impressive. This next shot really showcases Savoie's power and accuracy.
He goes back for it here at center.
This line is fun to watch together, Brian. Just the offensive way that they think of things.
Now Savoie scores! Picked it up, let it go, and a quick hurt.
Just out of the reach of Smallwood. Jake and Smallwood up to the line, middle point.
Yes, this guy likes to pop bottles.
Savoie moves in, shoots, and he scores. Matthew Savoie, the Western Hockey League's leading point scorer, gets another one.
For the next few, I'm just going to let you watch the clips and enjoy the beauty that is Matthew Savoie's goal-scoring ability.
Now it's Swan knocking down Lizowski. Puck stays in the Blades' end. Here's Zalotti moving it. Across, Savoie shoots and scores. Matthew Savoie is left alone in the near side circle. The Blades.
Puck deep back into his own end. Winnipeg with another rush. Benson gets around Matejchuk. Shot, save, rebound, he scores! Matthew Savoie, a short-handed goal.
Gets the puck deep for Benson. Back of the net, center, they score! And it's Matthew Savoie going top corner for Winnipeg to make it 2.
Savoie trying to force it through, couldn't get it to his man. Back to the point, Zalotti. Savoie, wrist shot, glove save, and another stop. Play inside the Tiger zone. Now here's Matt Savoie, scores!
All right, if you can't tell right now, I love watching Matthew Savoie, and I think that he may be the most dynamic player in this year's draft. However, with that being said, there are still some areas of improvement for his game. One area of Matthew Savoie's game I'd really like to see him improve is his shot selection. While he has an elite release, is able to generate great power, and typically has good accuracy, sometimes he elects to shoot when there is not a clear lane to the net, or he rushes his shot attempt, which results in him hitting a defender or missing the net entirely.
Geekie gets checked there by Kajura. Geekie to Savoie, whips a shot just wide.
I really do think that this is something Savoie will iron out over time. However, as a player who is used to scoring the majority of his points in transition, he will really need to optimize other scoring opportunities, as transitional goals are much harder to score at the next level. All in all, Matthew Savoie has all the tools to become an elite scorer at the NHL level. While his transition to the NHL may take longer than other prospects, his combination of elite skating, stick handling, and vision lays the foundation for a player who could become truly special. I do think that he may face difficulty scoring goals in transition the same way he has at the junior level. However, I also feel that Savoie's skill set is so strong that he will be able to adapt to whatever challenges come his way and will emerge as an 80-point scorer one day. While this comparison may not seem very overwhelming to certain people, Matthew Savoie reminds me a lot of New Jersey forward Jesper Bratt.